Good morning, everybody. It is Megan here, known as the Healing Foods Coach. Thank you for taking time out to watch my video and for stopping by. Now, if you have been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm going to guess that you've stopped at this video because you yourself are trying to get healthier. You've tried all kinds of different things, and maybe you've heard about the keto or the carnivore diets, and you decided, I'm finally ready to give it a try. And if that's the case, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So, why do I share that? Because for my life personally, I have found amazing healing, amazing changes in my life, physically, mentally, and emotionally for the past 4 years and 11 months since I have been on a carnivore diet. Now, I did start keto and I did it for 2 weeks. However, my gut issues, so in my case, severe IBS, as well as numerous food sensitivities, prevented me from consuming any sort of plant material. And when I got rid of all plants of all kind, that's when I found the most healing. So for me, I have been carnivore only. There are loads of people who may choose to follow a more keto approach where they include some low carb vegetables and fruits like berries, broccoli, spinach, that type of thing, and they thrive and they do fantastic. And if that's you, or if that's what you're trying, please don't let me stop you. I'm just sharing from my point of view as far as how carnivore has helped me, because it has. Um, and so that's where I'm coming from. So if you're not sure if you should try it or not, I hope that this video will help convince you to give it a try. Again, whether you decide to start out with keto and then maybe you'll progress to carnivore. Maybe you want to go into carnivore all out, no holds barred, right from the get-go. Fantastic. I hope this helps you as well. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. Why? Because right now, if you're like I was almost 5 years ago, you are consuming high amounts of processed seed oils and refined sugars and highly palatable and addictive carbohydrates in the form of snacks and junk food and additives in everything we eat. And it's amazing how much that stuff is in our food supply that we don't realize until we try to take it out. Is it easy? No. Is it worthwhile? Absolutely. How can I tell you that for sure? How do I know? Very simple. When I was ready to finally give up to start with, I cut out all sugar. And that might have been the hardest thing, okay? Because it is literally everywhere. You will find, if you go through all your cans and tins and jars of like sauces and soups and seasonings, almost everything you own, things you wouldn't expect, contain sugar. I'm not kidding, okay? So it's really hard to avoid sugar unless you really get all out there and cut it all out, but it's worth it. Are you probably going to have headaches for a few days? Yes. Are you probably going to feel lightheaded, possibly even nauseous, dizzy? Yes. Will you probably be very irritable and grouchy as you're giving up sugar and all your favorite, baked goods, etc.? Chances are good you will. Why? Because the body will go through withdrawal. Just like if you were trying to give up alcohol or a controlled substance, drugs of some sort, same thing. Okay, it lights up the brain in the exact same way that cocaine and heroin do. So it's no wonder that we feel these withdrawal things when we start to cut it out. But I promise you it is worth it. My only tip would be, if you're going through this process, is keep hydrated. Definitely don't skimp on the water. And I'm not talking sweet flavored drinks. If you're going to give up sugar, you probably want to give up everything sweet tasting completely. Because at least with me, in my addictive brain, if I taste anything sweet, it just makes me want to eat all the sweet stuff, even if it's sugar-free. Okay, and that's just, for me, that's just not good. It just puts me back into that craving, gotta have it, gotta binge on it mode, and that's just not healthy. Okay, so I know it's hard, but it's worth it. Like I say, is it complicated? No, it's simple. Is it easy? No, it's not. But it is doable. And if you're here, then I'm guessing you're at the point where you are finally ready, that you're determined you're going to do this and stick with it. So that's a great place to be. Okay. When I gave up sugar, the next thing I had to give up was, all the processed carbohydrates. And that was really hard too, because again, most of us, if we have a sweet tooth or a sugar addiction, we'll also have a carb addiction, because at the end of the day, all sugary foods and all processed carbs, all carbs, which include sugary foods, all get converted into glucose in the blood. It all becomes sugar in the blood anyways, okay? So those are things that are hard to give up. And again, processed carbs, or carbs in general, along with sugary things, yeah, light up the brain in the same way that cocaine and heroin do. So they are designed to be highly addictive. Even the ones that seem okay because they're natural, even the carbs you find in things like potatoes, rice, pasta, the things that we were told for years are good carbs, still convert into glucose in the blood. Okay, so they're still going to have that withdrawal effect on your body when you cut them out, not to the same extent as things like chips and popcorn and pretzels, but it still happens. So again, is it easy? No. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it, right? It's not easy. Is it simple? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And even though you will probably feel exhausted for the first few days, maybe even the first week, you might even feel headache, have headaches, might feel dizzy. Again, my key tip, and this is what I had to do, was drink lots of water. You might want to even just put a tiny bit of salt in your water just to keep you from feeling dehydrated. Sounds weird, but it helps with your electrolytes, okay? But it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. And again, if you're looking to cut it out all at once, cold turkey, you can. That's what I had to do because of where I was at with my health. But you don't have to. There are many people, if they're able to moderate a bit better, can slowly ease off. I would say cut out the seed oils and the sugary stuff cold turkey, but you may have to ease off and gradually reduce your carbohydrates to a place that's maybe 50 grams or less. Depending on if you're trying to do more of a low-carb keto approach, or if you're going straight for carnivore, zero carb, then, eventually you want to get out all the carbs. But again, you can either do that gradually, and some people do much better that way, or if you have to for your own health, cut it out, okay? Again, is it easy? No. Is it simple? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And all I would say is, if that's where you're at, I'm here for you. I have been through it. I've lived through it, and I know it's a challenge, and I know it can be hard, but don't give up. It is absolutely worth it. Your health is worth it. Just remind yourself why you're doing it, right? That's the other thing. If you are here in this video or in this space, it's because you have tried all kinds of different ways, most likely to try to lose weight or improve your health, and you've had failures. That doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means those weren't the methods that were going to work for you. Okay? And that's okay. Sometimes we have to go through all of the possibles that don't work to find the definite that will work. And for somebody here who struggled with bulimia for 30 years, who was constantly yo-yo dieting, who tried the Slim Fast and the Weight Watchers and portion control and paleo briefly and vegetarianism, and none of it worked, of course. It took me through all of those things to know what didn't work before I could open my mind up to what would work. And that, for me, was carnivore. Again, for a lot of people, keto will have amazing results. And if you feel fantastic keeping in some of those low-carb vegetables and fruits and dairy, if you tolerate it, then do that. It's about getting your overall health and healing. But the other thing for me was, not only did I need to get control of my weight, because I was 100 pounds overweight, I was carrying an extra 45 kilos my body did not need, okay? I was dealing with severe fibromyalgia, chronic pain, as well as fibromyalgia fog. I had stopped working. I ended up being in a wheelchair for almost 9 years. I had to be out of work for almost 8 years because of the brain fog and the effects of the medication. I had an underactive thyroid, severe IBS, early stage chronic kidney disease, fatty liver disease, and probably a whole bunch of other things that I just can't think of right this minute. And going carnivore for me either healed or improved all of those things significantly. I do not suffer with fibromyalgia brain fog. Within the first couple of months of Carnivore, it was 98% gone. It took several more years for the inflammation and the chronic pain to lower and eventually go away. As of May of 2023, so we're talking 2 years now, I am medication free, no pain medication whatsoever. I've not needed my wheelchair since October of 2023, and I walk to work every day. That's the other thing. As of November last year, I was able to go back and work full time. Now, I work right now in a call center and an office, just for now. But I also do coach people in part-time until that becomes a full-time thing. And I'm doing that evenings and weekends, working with people who one has successfully gone carnivore and has had amazing gut healing and improvements in his mental state and clarity, and just over his eczema is almost gone. And I also work with a couple of people who are definitely more keto, who have also lost weight. One of them has now managing his type 2 diabetes, and the other one has lost significant weight and just feels better, has more energy overall. So that's my passion. Sometimes we have to take jobs to pay the bills until our passion becomes something we can do full time. And that's fine. I accept that. The reason I'm sharing this video is because if you are here and you're still watching this, then that means you're interested. You've made a decision. You want to go further. You want to get your health in order. But maybe you're not quite sure how to start. What foods do I buy? What should my grocery list look like? How do I plan my meals? When do I eat? How often do I eat? And those were overwhelming questions for me too. And again, it is an individual thing. However, if you are interested in getting some one-to-one coaching support, please reach out. You can either leave messages in the chat below, or feel free to reach out to me by email. Sorry, my dog's going nuts in the backyard. You can email me at thehealingfoodscoach@gmail.com. Let me know what you're thinking, and we can set up a time. I'm offering a special promotion now where the initial coaching session is free, no charge to you. If you are happy or you like what I have to say or my suggestions and you want to carry on, then we discuss what the coaching fees look like from there. And again, I keep my sessions as affordable as I can. Typically, just so you know, if you're interested, I usually charge £30 an hour, but I'm doing it now for £20 after the initial free consultation. Okay, so again, to see if it's right for you, and we carry on from that point if you're interested. If you just love to watch my videos and you want to just see more content, that's cool too, and I'll keep making them. But I realized that, you know what? I've been through it, and I would love to help you if you're ready. I would love to help you, get you into health, because how selfish would I be to keep it all to me and all to myself and not share with others what's worked for me, right? And that's why I do this. So if you're interested, as I say, leave a comment or contact me by email, and we can set up a free initial consultation. And then if you're interested from there, we can carry on and do the coaching. If you're not, that's okay. No hard feelings. I just know it's worked for me, and I would love to share it with you guys. Okay, so that's it as far as promoting myself. But again, if you're here, it's because you have probably reached a point where you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. You could be perhaps overweight. Maybe you're dealing with diabetes. Maybe you're dealing with IBS or fatty liver disease or obesity or fibromyalgia. I spent years suffering with severe anxiety, crippling anxiety, depression. As I mentioned earlier, I struggled with bulimia for over 30 years. And Carnivore has helped me get my life back and improve all of these things. Does that mean I never struggle with feeling anxious? No. Does that mean I never get sick? No. Or that I'm never injured or hurt from doing something silly, lifting incorrectly, whatever? No. But does it mean I have an advantage because I'm in much better place with my health metabolically? Yes. And that for me was the why. I wanted to be healthy and heal. I wanted to one day not need a wheelchair anymore. I wanted to one day be able to work in an office environment, take on responsibility. Even if it's just, fairly straightforward administrative work. For 8 years, I simply couldn't do it because the brain fog was just too bad. Now I'm back. And I'm super excited. I went back to school, got my certification as a nutrition coach, which I'm proud of. And I've lived through these experiences. Finally got, through menopause now and post-menopause. Some of the symptoms are still there, but they are far less severe than what I've read many women suffer with. And I didn't need hormone replacement therapy at all, thankfully. Some people do, and that's okay. If that's what you need to manage, absolutely go for it. I'm just saying, as much as it was a frustration for the past 13 months, it would have been far worse if I wasn't eating this way. I'm convinced of it. And being able to get my mind back to enjoy reading and learning, like gaining knowledge every day about new things, having a deeper relationship in faith with God, that to me, that I didn't have for years because, again, of the brain fog, not being able to feel like I could emotionally connect easily. Never mind with my immediate family, but certainly not with a higher power. And if any of these things are things that you are wanting to get back in your life, that you are at a point where you're like, right, I've tried all the other stuff that didn't work, let me try something completely different, then you're in the right place. And I do hope you'll reach out for feedback, whether you want coaching or not, that's okay. But I love hearing from you guys. Please, please, please leave your comments down below. I love to hear from you. I do respond to them within 24 hours. If you leave them at a time when I see them, I'll respond immediately. If not, I will respond within 24 hours, just around my work schedule. But I appreciate the opportunity to share what I have been through, what I've overcome in my life. Yes, God is always in control. I have no doubt about it. But I also believe He helped me find the path to the carnivore diet, to a better way of eating, of actually providing nutrition to my body, which allowed it to heal, which has allowed me to be where I am today. And it all works together in a great big circle. And it's okay if you're not someone who believes in God, but maybe you have a different higher power, that's okay too. Absolutely, of course it is. And I think we can still have valuable conversations with each other. So that is it for me at the moment. Thank you all so much for all your support and feedback. Please feel free to share this with anybody that you think it might encourage or inspire. Please feel free to share with anybody else that you know of who is maybe considering starting a keto or carnivore diet not just because they want to lose weight, that's sort of a secondary thing, but because they have health they want to improve. They want to get their lives back in health-wise. Maybe it's mental health, maybe it's physical health, maybe it's a combination of. I hope that you'll share that with them as well, that there is hope. There is a possible option to take care of ourselves. And it doesn't have to be necessarily with extra medication. It can be as simple as the deep nourishing food that comes through a keto, carnivore, or even low carb lifestyle. I'm going to speak to carnivore because that's what I do. But I hope this helps. Even if you're not full carnivore, even if you're mostly animal based with some fruit and veg, fantastic. You're on the right path. Even if you're more keto or even just low carb, that's okay. You're cutting out the crap, you're on the right path. Please pass this on. Share it with as many people as you can. I would really appreciate it. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves. I wish you all the best, and I will see you soon with more content. Bye for now.